The Ecchicast episode 42, recorded on February the 14th, Valentine's Day, 2017. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, loved and unloved. Welcome to the Ecchicast episode 42. And of course, you all know that this podcast is the meaning of life and the answer to all of your questions, because 42 memes or whatever. Insert your favorite number 42 meme right here. And that is also Valentine's Day. It is February the 14th, so happy Valentine's Day, Q. We could be playing Persona 5 right now, but the game got delayed until April, so boo-hoo.
Yeah, that is actually, we would be playing it before Valentine's Day, because we would have to get it before release date. I mean, come on,
Yeah, naturally.
We would have to. I mean, it's Persona. I mean, if one game we cannot get on like release date and like have it completed in time, it's Persona. Like, the review would be done like 2 months after or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, fingers crossed. We'll see what happens with Persona. But I can't wait. I forgot actually, and you just reminded me. I was like, I can't wait. There's just so much good things happening right now, like in the gaming side of stuff, I should say.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of really cool shit happening, and it's barely February, so that leaves me fairly excited.
Yeah, we're just getting more and more stuff coming out, more and more. So far for 2017, there's just been great games. I mean, all the games I've played so far for the year have been pretty good.
There's been a lot of expansion, I think. More games coming out on more platforms, especially with the main topic that we got going on today. It speaks a lot to it.
Yep, definitely. A lot of good games, a lot of fun. I'm excited. I am. I'm really, really excited for what the rest of the year could offer us. Excuse me. I'm really, really excited for the potential of 2017. But with that being said, hi. Did we introduce ourselves?
No, not really. Let's go ahead and do that right now. So, hello. I'm Jorge Varela, writer, reviewer, and YouTuber extraordinaire. Open for service. If you guys could see like me wearing a hat, I'd be like tipping it, in a very formal and polite manner. And now passing it over to my co-host right here, Caduce Campbell.
You sound like a prostitute, open for service.
Hey, baby, you want to have a good time? It's Valentine's Day. I got a 20% discount today.
I wonder if I'd actually take that. The 20% is actually pretty good. I mean, I could save some money.
my friend gave me a gift card. I don't know if it works right now.
Yeah, I'm just all like, yeah. Let's just try this gift card out and see what it works. So, do I get?
Where do I slide this card? I don't know.
I think it's between the butt cheeks. I would like to think so. I mean, it would only make sense. My name is Caduce Campbell. For those of you that don't know, I trying to top what you just said is kind of hard. So I'll just say Caduce Campbell, guy who just got up like about a couple of minutes ago because he got home from the theaters and was like super tired, and so he crashed. So yeah, that's basically what it was like. But sometimes it was pretty good for me though. Not that like I got like any like gifts or anything like that, because I don't really see people like go out and meet with people and stuff like that. But like people sent me happy Valentine's Day greetings and all that kind of blah blah blah. And also I got to see one of my least favorite teams get their butts handed to them. And,
Really?
Yeah, I was watching a football match.
I was driving back home from university today, and for some reason I was listening to BBC News, and it's like, and now in sports, in the most recent football game, Barcelona got completely humiliated by whatever team or something, and so I'm assuming that's what you're talking about.
Yep, Barcelona versus Paris Saint-Germain. For those of you that don't know, I'm a Real Madrid fan. I love the team Real Madrid. I also back Arsenal as well. And so, if anyone who knows Real Madrid knows that Barcelona is their like dreaded rival team. So, I mean, I like in real life, I don't actually hate anyone from Barcelona. It's just that, when you're watching sports, you have your rival team, you have that built up sort of tension and stuff, and that's what makes it like, entertaining and fun. So, for me, it was like, it's so good that they lost. In real life, I really don't care. But it was nice seeing 4-0 at Paris Saint-Germain. Oh God, they were so good. That match was just intense, and I think I started watching like maybe about 16 minutes into the first half, and it was just epic from beginning straight to the end. It was just so good. So I'm looking forward to. There's actually supposed to be a match with Real Madrid today, so I am really psyched for that match. I hope I'll be home because I have to go out and do some shopping today. So fingers crossed. Because it's already the day after Valentine's Day for me. It's actually the 15th right now. It's like 1 a.m. So yeah, that's how my Valentine's went. It was spectacular. I have one friend who's born on Valentine's Day, like it's his birthday, and he just so happens to be a Barcelona fan. So like the first thing I was trying to do was call him to wish him a birthday, and laugh that his team lost.
Oh, great.
And he didn't answer my calls, so I'm like pretty sure. Like my sister's like, she was telling me, she's like he's probably in a meeting or something like that. I was like, I could on a normal day, I could assume he's probably in a meeting. I was like, no, he's ignoring my calls because he knows why I'm calling. He knows like I'm gonna call him to laugh that his team lost. So I'm gonna call him tomorrow. One more day is not it's okay. I can call him later today, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him again. Make sure that he understands that I know his team lost, and we laugh together about it, or me laugh at him and his team, whichever works.
Great.
That kind
Fantastic Valentine's Day. Yeah, the day of friendship.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
We have something. The reason why we're recording today, because normally we don't record like this. We normally give ourselves a week and then we get back into it. But the reason we're recording today is because I insisted that we should record an episode based on the newly announced Senran Kagura Estival Versus coming to PC. And then you said, hey, well, if we're going to talk about that, let's just throw in Peach Splash announcements as well.
Yeah, because these are like a double dose of two big things. So one is Estival Versus coming to PC, as how I think the both of us predicted. I was personally not expecting it to come in this early. I think I thought that the announcement would still be maybe 2 months away. It came in way earlier. So maybe I think you got way closer than I did on when it would actually come out. But the both of us kind of had a feeling, SL Versus is definitely gonna be passing over. But and then the second one is that the newest Senran Kagura game that is coming out in Japan in like a month, Peach Beach Splash.
Right.
They just announced that the game has gone gold, and for the people who don't know what going gold means, it basically means that the game is finished. They are done.
Yeah.
They are 100% finished with the game, and now they're basically just, doing bug fixes and just, pressing discs and just sending it out for the game to be sold. And so, yeah, it's on, it's happening. And so hopefully
it's ready to go.
Yeah, it's ready to go. Hopefully they release a demo for it so that I can at the very least, download it on my Japanese account and start playing some sort of demo. Because in Japan,
you disgusting bastard, you know that?
I know.
Just so you know, you're a disgusting bastard that I love, because that's what I would be doing if I had a Japanese account, and
Yeah, and so Japan is definitely so much more open to making demos for stuff than in the American store. And in the American store, you barely ever get any demos.
A beta.
Yeah, they're called betas over here, I guess. But in Japan,
and
there's
they're limited.
Yeah, in Japan, there's way more demos for everything. So hopefully there's one for Peach Beach so that I can at least get a feel for the gameplay and stuff. And I'm seeing a lot of English text and a lot of the screenshots as well. And then there's a couple of tidbits that have been revealed ever since the Gone Gold announcement. And one of them is that I actually, on the Famitsu magazine, I saw a picture of one of the pages showing the store. And you know how Ayame usually is standing there on the store?
Yeah.
Well, I saw a picture of Yumi on the store, and then I saw a picture of Daidoji on the store, and then I saw a picture of Mirai on the store. And so basically...
So you could basically have whoever you want in the store.
Yes, you can choose whoever you want to take care of the store, and they all wear that pink apron that Ayame wears.
You know who I'm. Now, here's the thing. I'm hoping that if you put someone in the store, they stay there and you don't have to look at them for the rest of the game. Because, I mean, for the most part in Senran Kagura, you go to the store, you buy your shit, you leave, and you go back to playing the Vigima game. I'm putting Mariah there.
No, I mean, like, it's just a selection. Like, it's not a storage device. Like,
she is going in the store, Jorge. I'm basically mentally. I'm prepared. I'm gonna pretend she's not selectable while I'm.
You're going to do it regardless of whether this option was here or not. So, like, don't even get me started. But if you want to talk about like inserting and removing characters and shit, let's go back to Estival Versus. Do you remember that?
No, mate. We got a hold before we even gotta approach this like a virgin, man. We can't just slip all the way in there.
Version? I mean, what version?
A virgin.
Oh.
A virgin. You can't just slip all the way in there. You want to hurt the Senran Kagura fans? No. You gotta take our time, ease away into it, light a candle or something.
Fuck that. She has experience. I got 100 hours on that bitch.
Oh my god. It's the thing is that I know where you're going with this. There have been characters that have been excluded from the Senran Kagura Estival Versus games on the Vita, which we were pissed about. We were both pissed about it. And do we have reasons to be pissed anymore? I mean,
no, not really.
What?
Kenichiro Takaki, my personal golden god, has done it again. Because in the American version of Estival Versus, you have Kagura, you have Naruku, you have Ayame, you have Ayane from Dead or Alive, and who else? I think that's it, right? And so if you look at the character select screen on Estival Versus, you have like a big gap of empty space at the bottom. And so it just feels incomplete. It doesn't feel like a full rectangle. And so you go to the Japanese version, and there's 3 extra characters that we didn't get here in America. And so for the longest time, we've been asking for those characters. They come from an anime called Ikki Tousen, which is kind of like a battle anime. That's like Senran Kagura before Senran Kagura existed.
Exactly.
That was like the whole like fighting, and the clothes came ripping off and all that stuff. In America, it's called the Battle Vixens, which is like the worst name ever. I'd rather just call it Ikki Tousen. But
wait! I never knew that.
Yeah.
Really?
In America, it got localized as Battle Vixens.
When I got the English anime for it, because I got it on DVD, it was called Ikki Tousen at the time. So I don't know if that was changed like some years after or something.
Yeah, maybe.
It was probably idiotarized.
Hey,
that's what I call when stuff gets stupid.
It just sounds like a fucking porno. Like, Battle Vixens. It sounds like S&M porn, like dominatrix, like whipping somebody.
I think it sounds like when, for example, like when they bring a name over from some anime or manga or game over here, and they assume that 5-year-olds aren't going to be able to pronounce it, so they're like, let's just make it a stupid name that 5-year-olds can pronounce and stuff. It's Ikki Tousen. 5-year-olds aren't going to be watching this, and if they are, they're epic. So I mean, if you have your 5-year-old watching something like Ikki Tousen, I mean, you're raising him well. Your parenting skills are like epic. But yeah, I mean, I've never heard of it being called that. It says here, also known as Battle Vixen in North America is the manga. I think it's the manga series that was called Battle Vixen, but maybe the anime kept the name because I saw it in anime form, not the manga. So who knows? Well, that's the thing. So those characters were brought over they were in the Japanese version, and now they're coming to the English version that's coming to PC. Correct?
Yeah, it's coming to all of the versions on PS4, PS Vita, and PC. It's coming everywhere.
That's the thing. I didn't read the article or the email. I'm actually reading it while we're going along here. Actually,
this is your first exposure to the news.
My first exposure, actually, because when I saw the email from it, I was passed out, like wasted, because I've had a really exhausting week. So basically, when I saw it, I was looking at my emails and I saw the email related to it, and I was like, oh, Senran Kagura come into what Estival Versus? I was right. I will have to tell Jorge when I speak to him. And I'm going back to sleep now. And I woke up again in the night, and I'm like, wait a minute, I forgot to talk to Jorge about this. And I looked at the website and I see it's already been written. I was like, oh, he's so impressive. And then I call you and I'm like, mate, we have something to talk about. Did you see it? And you're like, see what? I'm like, did you see it? Like, see what?
I mean, you always fucking do this. You're always making me want to fucking guess like stuff that's on your mind. I'm like, well, what happened? Like, am I in trouble? Did I do something? And I'm like, no.
It's always Senran Kagura related, mate. Every time you have to guess, think about it. Every time you've ever had to guess, it's been like Senran Kagura related. It's like some news that comes out.
Yeah, either that or like a code that arrived and it's like, guess what game came in? And I'm like, okay, I guess.
Something that you're looking forward to. You're like, except when it was like Blaze Blue, I didn't guess with you that. I was like, mate, I'm out with my sister, treating her to her birthday. This game just got emailed, and yeah, we'll talk. I'll send it to you when I get home. And I was like,
yep.
So yes, we're getting well, we're all the world getting these characters, which means here's the question now: these characters are DLC characters, right? Where are we getting it? Like, how are we, like, what?
What?
I mean, wait, if with the characters coming out, the Ikki Tousen characters, I mean, I'm gonna just buy it on my Vita. But then I want to play Estival. I want to play Estival Versus on PC now, because if it's on PC, it means that it's coming with the 60 frames per second that the PlayStation 4 version had.
Yeah.
And I mean, but the only thing is that the PC version isn't coming fully stocked like Shinobi Versus was. It's not coming with like all the characters as DLC, just like already pre.
Yeah, that is something that I'm still not clear on. Like, I'm so unclear on that to the point that I might even want to like email Exceed about it, just to get that clear, because of course, as you just said, Shinobi Versus has all the DLC, and it even had Daidoji and Rin, who were DLC, and that was included. Senran Kagura Bon Appetit again has all of the packs, all of the DLC, all that stuff. But Estival Versus is a relatively new game. It's only been out for a year over here, and so as far as I know, there is the Ikki Tousen characters are DLC for sure, but I don't know about everything else. Like, will Ayame and will all of the others be included? Like, they don't mention all of the other stuff being DLC, just this. So who knows?
Here's what the official email states. Basically, it says slated to release this March. The Windows PC version of Estival Versus will launch with the game's long-awaited crossover DLC pack featuring characters from Battle Vixen, bullshit name, manga, the anime series also known outside of North America as Ikki Tousen. Ikki Tousen's characters Sunsi, is it, how do you, I know her as Hakafu Sunsaku, but anyway, Sunsi, apparently Lubu, and Guan Yu, come on, put the bloody real names in there, will finally become playable characters as premium DLC across all the game's platforms, which includes PlayStation 4 Entertainment System, PlayStation Vita handheld entertainment system, and Windows PC versions. I hate when they put like entertainment system. No one says that.
Yeah, I know. Like, when was the last time they said that? When the fucking NES came out, the entertainment system.
Like, who says that? Why is that? I think the only reason those things are like included in emails is because like Sony insists that when they send those emails out, they have to put it in there because it does have like the copyright logo there. So I'm like,
check out
Sony
our
made them do this.
Funbox entertainment machine.
Okay, so it goes on. The addition of the 3 Vixens is sure to spice things up near the 1-year anniversary of the game's console debut. This means that before it states that it would be launching alongside the long-awaited DLC pack. So it means that the DLC is not going to come with it for the PC version. It's just going to be the PC version comes out, and then everyone can just buy the DLC if they want it.
Yeah, that's what we literally just said. Yeah, across all the platforms, they're going to come out at the same time as the PC version.
It says 25 playable characters would be in the game, with over 25, meaning maybe like 30.
Yeah, because the total amount is like 30-something, yeah.
Yeah, so over 25 playable characters, making this the biggest roster in the series. Well, we already knew that before, so that is really, really awesome. The rest of it is just like PR speak, like how amazing the game is and how we should just get it.
If you can look at the very bottom, it says here, that the PC adaptation has been handled by the original developers of Marvelous Inc. and Tamsoft. And here we go. It says it has added Steamworks support, which includes Steam achievements, leaderboards, cloud saves, and trading cards. But again, it still doesn't mention like all the DLC is here or something like that. So that is literally like the one thing that I'm concerned about, because I don't want to I don't want to have to like buy all the characters back again.
We will have to buy all the characters. I guarantee it, because of the fact that, like you said before, that the game is coming out so soon. You know, it's a year since it was released on Vita. I mean, it feels like it was Vita and PlayStation 4. It feels like it was just like yesterday, actually, to me, because I mean, we just got it.
It's been 2 years for me.
Well, you're a special case, mate. You played you played it on a Japanese PlayStation, but for the rest of us that played it on the English version, it's been like a year for us. And which is a short period of time, and it's already on the PC, which is why I don't think the DLC is going to be included, because normally when DLC is included in these sort of bundles, it's because of the fact that the game has already sold all it can sell on the other platforms.
Yeah.
And they're just like, okay, we'll just like see if we can convince more people to buy it, and so we'll include all the DLC as temptation. But they already know people love their games on PC already, based on the sales for Shinobi Versus and stuff like that. So as far as they're concerned, people will buy the DLC no matter what. So I'm 100% sure the DLC is not going to be included with Estival Versus.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it, though.
I mean, yeah, I've never, bought, with the exception of the characters and those extra missions, I never buy any of that clothing. I don't think it's necessary.
No.
Like, I don't feel like I need it or anything.
No. No one does that. No one buys.
There are people that do that. Just not not a vast majority, but there are people.
Giant man-child people buy that. I'm gonna assume. I mean, who's gonna take all that cash and just sploosh it? Just be like, sprinkle it all over the place, enjoy it.
Like, if that business model didn't work, you would not have games like Dead or Alive 5 with their like ungodly amount of clothing DLC.
$100 DLC.
Yeah.
It's like, I think the DLC is more than the game. Like, you can pay more for DLC than you'll pay for the game, which is ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
Mass Effect was the same way, actually. Mass Effect, the second and third games, the DLC was worth more than the game by the time you calculated how much the DLC was worth. And I think that's kind of annoying, at least for me. I hate when the DLC for games are just like way more expensive than the game itself.
Yeah.
Because then you're like saying like, okay, well, my game is worth less than all this DLC. That's kind of like the feeling I get, and DLC is supposed to be like padding for someone who's finished the game or is playing the game and wants more out of it, wants more content and all that kind of stuff. And so
I just believe it's stuff that should already be in the game when you buy it.
Well, some of it is. I think I can understand some stuff being DLC, because, for example, if you make a game and the game is already awesome, everything is amazing, the game is a complete package, but then at the end of it, you sort of like, okay, great, it's a complete package, let me make some other content for the people who finished the game. I can understand that if it's like little add-on content that adds to the game, not like, for example, like a t-shirt or something. That's the shit I think should already be in the game. All those costumes and outfits, put that in there already. Yeah. Like, seriously, horse armor, come on.
Actually, speaking of horse armor, I think a really good example of the kind of DLC that I do like is the one that Bethesda does occasionally with, Skyrim and Fallout, especially like Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, where, they come out with the game and it's complete, and then it's like, okay, here's like 2 or 3 expansions that are like full on, like a brand new map with brand new enemies and more weapons and more armor and like a ton of stuff for like $20, spend that.
Yeah.
And you're basically like expanding your game by like 10 more hours. And so that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good chunk of stuff, but I would never buy like a gun for like $2.
Exactly. It's like New Vegas, basically.
Yeah, New Vegas was awesome.
Yeah, most people think it was better than the original Fallout 3.
I think it's I think New Vegas is better than Fallout 4, frankly.
I think we've discussed that before. I'm not sure because I haven't really played much of New Vegas. But yeah, but I think actually my favorite Fallout was Fallout 3.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think Fallout 3, because I haven't played Fallout 4 really, so Fallout 3 was actually my favorite Fallout game, and And so any game that was attached to that would like New Vegas, I liked. But I didn't play much of New Vegas because at the time I think I lost my save data or something. And every time I lose my save data for a game, I never go back to it. I'm just like, oh god, no. Especially when you're like far into the game and a hard drive dies or something and you're like, all the save data is gone and you're like,
oh yeah, start from level 1 all over again.
Which is why I love modern gaming. I should say modern gaming on Steam. PlayStation and the other platforms tend to do it where you pay a subscription and then you get your data backed up, which I find is ridiculous. On Steam, it's free. Mm-hmm. So like every time I install a game and I find a save file there, like the game just starts up and there's a save file, I'm always like shocked. Like recently I started up what do you call this game? Darksiders 2. Mm-hmm. And I started up and I was like, okay, I'm going to play Darksiders 2 from the beginning again. It's going to be amazing because I just beat Darksiders 1 for like review. And I was like, okay, I'm going to jump into 2. And when I started up, it said like completed game save file. Do you want to play New Game Plus? I was like, well, hello. This is going to be my first New Game Plus in a while. And I just basically just jumped into it, New Game Plus. So I like that Steam just sort of like keeps your dates, your save data for you, and I think that is something that should be free now. I mean, PlayStation charges you for it, and actually, I think I've lost my Vita save data for most of my games because my hard drive died on me a couple days ago.
Really?
And I actually had a backup of my Vita, so any games that are not on my Vita right now, I've lost the save data for it, which kind of sucks. Unless, of course, because I haven't been playing for PS Plus recently, so
yeah, you haven't been able to upload that to the cloud.
Exactly. So those save data, it's all gone. Unless of course I can rescue it from the hard drive somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which is probably unlikely.
I tend to have a backup on my computer of all of that important stuff. But yeah, it's a hassle. I can definitely see Steam having an advantage because of that over everyone else. But more to the point, I do feel like Shinobi Versus and Bon Appetit, those games have been out for a long while on Vita, and then they came over to PC. So yeah, it's long enough for them to be like, okay, just insert all the DLC on here, rather than Estival Versus that's relatively new. So they can still kind of like nickel and dime you a little bit. But when it comes to the American version of Estival Versus, I haven't bought a single piece of DLC. And, I'm still doing my YouTube series on my channel where I'm going through all of the side stories and I'm, doing the online stuff and just checking everything out. And so one of the things that I plan to do is to make individual videos for all of the DLC characters. And what I'm probably going to do is that I'm probably going to actually just load up my Japanese copy and I have all the characters on there. But if I ever do, pull the trigger and actually start buying these missions and buying this DLC, then I'll probably, check out how my game runs on PC and then probably just buy it there.
Play it on the PC if it runs
perfectly. Because it runs better than PS4, and judging by how Shinobi Versus at a BEF, what am I saying? In Shinobi Versus, like my mind just fucking it turned to mush for a second there. What I'm trying to say is that I play Shinobi Versus on Windows through my Mac, and it works perfectly with a controller and everything. And so,
I mean, the game has overwhelmingly positive. I mean, who doesn't want to play it on the PCs?
yeah, like the game runs like way better than on Vita. So,
oh god,
with Estival Versus, I'm hoping that the game also runs well on my PC, and if it does, I'll probably just buy all the character DLC and stuff on there, and then just record it and see how it works.
Oh, it would be amazing to play it all on the PC. I'm looking forward to it on the PC too as well, because I mean I've played Estival Versus on the Vita, but I've seen gameplay of the PlayStation 4 version. More characters, 60 frames per second. I'm like, oh god, it looks good. The graphics looks better and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, like, I like playing Senran Kagura on the go, but I also like playing Senran Kagura. Look, I'll play Senran Kagura wherever you give it to me. I'm sorry, I'm a whore. I'm a Senran Kagura whore. I'll play it wherever you give it to me. It's just. That's just the way it is.
Would you give Senran Kagura the Valentine's Day 20% discount?
Yes. I'd give it... If I were a whore, I'd give Senran Kagura 100% discount every day. It would just be... Senran Kagura would come over and it would be like, Mr. Q, I came to... Don't talk, Senran Kagura.
Shut up.
Let's do this.
Let's go.
Yeah.
100%. Just free sex every day.
It's free sex every day. It's just like, you don't need to ask me anything.
Let's go into the dressing room.
Senran Kagura comes over and I'm already taking my clothes off. I'm just like, oh yeah, let's do this. So it's nice that it's coming to PC.
It's gonna feel weird for me to play the game on an Xbox controller.
For me, that is strangely enough. I don't feel a difference when I'm playing an Xbox to PlayStation. Like I never feel a difference on the controller really. Maybe it's because for years I've actually been using both Xbox and PlayStation at the same time that it's just sort of become one controller to me. So once a controller has all the face buttons and bumper trigger, I really don't care. To me it's just a controller, and I don't really see the difference or feel the difference per se. So I don't think I'll feel any different when I'm playing it. I'll just be enjoying the shiggle, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I've been getting used to my Xbox controller because ever since Shinobi Versus came out, I bought it because I thought that the keyboard and mouse controllers for Shinobi Versus were really awkward, and so I said, no, I cannot do this. I have to play it with a controller, and so my PS3 controller wasn't working, so I plugged in an Xbox one, and so it worked perfectly. And so everything works exactly the same. But, like the buttons on the Xbox controller kind of sink a little deeper than the PS3 and the PS4 ones, and the triggers feel a little different. But, I actually really love the controller. It's really comfortable. It fits very nicely in your hand. And, I can use the shoulder buttons to play One Finger Death Punch. And so that's just really fun.
So here's the thing. You mentioned one of my favorite games there. How's your One Finger Death Punch game? Like
I beat it. I beat the game. And right now I'm going through like master difficulty or whatever.
Are you on the leaderboard for One Finger Death Punch?
I don't know, man. I haven't checked. I don't think I am. I'm sure there's people out there.
Survival mode.
Survival mode? No, I don't. I've barely ever tried that. I've played the normal mode where you're like on the map and you choose a level.
Well, here's the thing. One of these days we're gonna have to compete in that because I had a couple friends that used to compete with me in it, and then I just kept winning, and then they just gave up. But, knowing that you play it, I think we should compete on the leaderboard because I liked One Finger Death Punch so much, but then everyone stopped playing it, and I was like, oh god, well, I don't have anyone to compete against
dude, anymore. That's my Sunday morning game. Like, whenever I wake up, I'm like a little child, I wake up, I put up some cartoons on the TV, eat some sugar ice cereal, and I just have One Finger Death Punch on my fucking computer, and I'm just playing that all morning.
Oh man, I love playing it with just like one hand. Like normally I would set it for maybe like A and like Y and B or something on the controller, and I would just basically just hold it in one hand and eating with the other. So like I'd have like a chicken wing in one hand or like fries or something. Like one time I think I recorded on my personal YouTube channel. I was eating potato chips and someone was calling me. And I was playing One Finger Death Punch, so I'm like taking a phone call and eating potato chips while playing the game. And I was actually trying to beat a friend's high score at the time.
Wow, you fucking video game octopus, just doing like many things all at once.
And One Finger Death Punch lets you do that. You could actually, think I can actually do that in Senran Kagura as well. Actually, I think I can play Senran Kagura with one hand. I think I've played.
I mean, if you just,
I could do one hand.
All you gotta do is just lock on to one enemy, and then just press the button to attack, and then you just move by dashing. And then whenever you kill an enemy, you automatically lock onto someone else. So you just gotta keep dashing towards your enemy, and that's it. And the same dash button is for the aerial rave, so you're good.
Yep, you're ready to go. It's just so titular.
Yeah, so I've been having a really good time with my controller, playing with that, playing Shinobi Versus, playing One Finger Death Punch, and I very recently started playing a game that I'm going to be reviewing very soon. It's called Bleed 2, and so...
Bleed 2?
Yeah, have you ever heard of Bleed? Just like the original game Bleed?
It's the sort of like indie game where like the character is sort of like it looks like a little girl in purple or something.
It's a like pink hair. Yeah, it's a pink hair lady. It's kind of like an action platformer, and so the girl can like triple jump and she can slow down time and shoot with machine guns. It has like a big arsenal. I don't know, for some reason it reminds me a little bit of Scott Pilgrim versus the World, but like way faster and more actiony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure, because Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is too epic, so,
Yeah, I mean, this game is really, really fun. This is one of my favorite games, at least the original one was, because basically you are a girl and you want to be the greatest hero of all time, and you have to beat all of the other 7 greatest heroes of all time, which reminds me a lot of, like, the 7 Evil Exes or whatever. And so you're there beating all those bosses and going through a bunch of platforming levels. It just has a lot of style. The gameplay is the main focus on that one. That one is really, really fun. And so the sequel came out very early this month, and so I bought it and I played it with a controller, and I beat it in like less than an hour.
I didn't even know it had a sequel for that game. It's amazing how such good games like that like under the radar sort of games that no one ever like knows about them when they like release stuff and all that kind of stuff. I think we need to sort of like enlighten people on more of these games, that they should just things like One Finger Death Punch and Bleed, that people should just sort of like check out, because these games come out and some of them are like exceptionally great.
Oh yeah,
so,
it's really good. I'm gonna be writing a review very soon for Bleed 2, so don't worry about that one. But there can certainly something can certainly be said about having like a showcase for like games you probably never heard about or something like that.
Yep, definitely. We could definitely do something like that. I'm actually sending you something on Steam right now, so like you can just accept it. I just remembered you don't have a Steam wallpaper. So
yeah.
I happen to have a backup Steam wallpaper. Well, I have a couple that are just not in use, and one of them happens to be, I have two from Criminal Girls Party Favors, so I'm sending you one. I'm keeping the one that I like, which is the one with Kisaragi in it, but I'm sending you the other one, so it has like some other girls in it. You can put it on your Steam account and make it pretty.
All right.
Which your Steam account is private though, for some reason.
Yeah.
Stop being like a lady and just like, oh, I need to cover myself.
Yeah, very reserved. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, not a lot of people visit my Steam account. I think you're the. I think you're. You're one person out of like all of the other people that don't give a shit. I mean, I not even I care about my own Steam account. I just log in, play my games, and leave. I'm just not. I'm not there about my image. I just want to play the games.
I visit my friends' Steam accounts and I'm like, okay, what games don't they have? What games do they want? All these sort of things. So I'm like, I'm like gift preparing in my mind and all that kind of stuff. I'm just like a gift ninja, pop on Steam. I look at what's going on. I'm like, okay, your account's missing this. It's missing this. Let me see how we can help you get out of that sort of like not having good stuff, sort of like lifestyle. I've already helped. If you look at Nick's Steam account, I don't know if you have Nick. Yeah, you have Nick on Steam. His account was like so lame when he joined the team.
Before you came in and cooled it up.
Yeah, exactly. He has like his location in Trinidad. It says Chaguanas, which he calls Central, Mid South. Nick, if you're listening to this, it's Mid-South. He hates when I say that, by the way. He hates when I call Sugar, because it's called Central Trinidad, but I call it Mid-South to just mess with him. So, Nick, you live in Mid-South, man. Mid-South. Anyway, I sent you a theme so you can upload background so you can pop it on your Steam account, make it look pretty.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. And it's a game that we both like. It's Criminal Girls, so it's ecchi. So I think like our Steam accounts match now. Once you put yours on, because mine has Criminal Girls, so now yours will have Criminal Girls. We'll sort of like match.
We're like Steam buddies. Oh.
Well, yeah, we'll just sort of like do like a pinky touch. Two pinky fingers touch each other and like magic sparkles out of it. So like E.T. Is it E.T.? E.T.
The one with the big long lantern finger. Yeah.
Yep, definitely. We'll fly over the moon on like a copy of Senran Kagura. A giant copy of Senran Kagura. It would be like a huge sort of like cardboard cutout thing that they would have at like events that people would see, and we'll sit on top of it.
It'll be like the never-ending story. We'll just write it and just go, yeah, and just be really happy.
Super happy.
Yeah. Q, I have a question.
Go for it.
Have you ever played as the three Ikki Tousen characters, or have you at least seen like videos of them or whatever? Like, what's your exposure with these three characters, or will this be like your first time ever like interacting with them?
Well, as a Senran Kagura whole, I can't say that I have actually looked them up, because I mean, not being able to play them has hurt me really, really bad. I mean, I've spent many a night in tears thinking, why didn't they think we were worth it?
Yeah, you've had suicidal thoughts.
Well, not suicidal. I do like living, so not suicidal, but just really, really dark thoughts. I've more along the lines of probably murderous. I've had thoughts of like secretly going to the Senran Kagura development studio and sneaking in there and killing off like Mariah or something. just deleting all the data that's related to Mirai and writing a note saying this is payback for not giving us Ikki Tousen characters. But somehow I have resisted the urge to do such things, and so that's why you guys still have Mirai for Peach Beach Splash and all the other Senran Kagura games. But yeah, I've seen them actually. I've watched a couple of videos on them. They look awesome. And also, I'm like a huge fan of Ikki Tousen, like the anime, because it's ecchi as hell. So it's really good. It's gonna look. It's for me like you said, Ikki Tousen is like Senran Kagura in anime form. Characters, close burst.
Yeah, I said that it was it was Senran Kagura before Senran Kagura existed.
Yes, exactly. I mean, like I remember the first time I watched Ikki Tousen, like the main character whose name was Sunsaku, she was like stupid, like insanely stupid, and like she just showed up in the school where like other students had these sort of like earrings that they wore and they could fight each other and stuff, but she had like some special power inside her. Hers was like a green emerald color, and she just started
with the Magatama, right?
Exactly, and she just started fighting someone, and she just sort of like flipped into a guy's face, and he just had like a face full of like nookie. It was just like And like to me, as a teenage guy, seeing that, I was like, oh my, that looks very, very nice. And I was like, why is he even fighting back? So there's like a lot of pantsu scenes in there, and the girls taking showers and changing, especially in the OVAs. There's like a lot of stuff like that. And there's another character who I believe is in the game as well, but her name in the anime, I can't remember her name in the anime, so I'm not sure which character she is in the game, but she's like the girl with the maid outfit in the blue and white, and she sort of like she's like the other main character, I guess, if you want to call her that, in Ikki Tousen, and all of her moves are grapple moves. So like when she's fighting you, it's just like she just got your face covered up with like lady bits, and you're just like, oh yeah, I love it. I think I'd fight her all the time. And then there's like characters who are shagging other characters and stuff, and inside relationships and all sorts of blah blah bleeps.
I really want to see Lubu again. Kick some ass in the game. The girl with the green hair. She just, like, her outfit, and, like, she is fucking, like, Haruka levels of, like, sexual. Like, she's there, like, fucking posing and, like, crouching down, and, like, you have these, like, lower angle shots when you're playing the game. That and, like, her abilities, like, her fucking powers in the game are so badass. She has, like, lightning speed. You just see, like, a green streak fly around as she just fucking annihilates everybody. Like, I remember, like, the Vita version couldn't even handle her because you had, like, a screen full of enemies, and then you would do her triangle ninja art where she basically disappears, and you just see, like, like a bunch of slashing all over the place. And so then, boy, you'd see, like, all these characters kind of bunch up in one place, and you'd see, like, Lubu for, like, a split second, just showing up on screen, implying that she's moving so fast when she's attacking everybody, and the frame rate would just fucking tank. You just see, like, a slideshow of, like, people getting their asses kicked. That's how hardcore that move was. And then after that, it would just go back to 30 because everybody would just die and disappear.
The character you're talking about, her name in the anime is actually Hosen Ryufu. And I remember the names from the anime. Sorry, I don't say that I remember it. Like, I know the names from the anime more than I know the names that they've been given in the game. And I think because the whole story behind it as well is that like each of the girls have like a spirit or something from someone from the Three Kingdoms counterpart basically, and her counterpart is Lubu, who's a man, and so like I wish they did like the real names of the girls instead of their counterpart names, because she's referred to in the anime as Ryufu, Hosen Ryufu, and oh man, you're right. This character is a bamf. She's very seductive. She's one of the characters who's shagging some guy in the show or something like that, and also she beats the hell out of one of the main characters. Like, she wrecks shop, and she is very seductive and all that kind of stuff in the anime, which kind of makes me want to watch the anime again. I'm just looking at like screens of like, oh god, yes.
I love that all of her jumps are backflips. No matter what direction you jump, it is always a cool backflip.
Oh man, one of the things about Ikki Tousen is that everything like in this anime happens at a panty shot like level. Like it's fan service from beginning to end. Like they will find some way of squeezing fan service in there if they have to in every scene if they can. You know, that's how Ikki Tousen is. You know, it's just fan service. Like your brain may not be able to keep up with the amount of fan service that's going on in there. It's just like wow, and there's so many girls. Like the girls that we've gotten in the game so far, they're not even scratching the surface, you know. For example, one of the characters who's in the game, I think her name is Kanu. Is her name in the anime? I think her name in the game is Guan Yu.
It's the badass spear lady.
Yes, she's one of those characters who's sort of like reserved. You know, she's sort of like, you know, well-defined and elegant and stuff.
She certainly seems like the quiet type that speaks with a deep voice.
Well, yes, exactly. But she's always nude. Like, pretty much almost every chance you get is, like, her coming out of, like, a bat or something in the anime. And I'm like, well, hello. What are you doing here? And then she just sort of, like, pulls her clothes on and kicks your ass sort of thing with her long spear and everything. Oh, God. I gotta play some Senran Kagura. Well, I need to watch some Ikki Tousen. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
Either way, you're gonna get a boner.
I am gonna get a boner. These characters are just like fine ass, scrumptious. I need a figurine of these characters, like for science reasons. Of course,
and just like all the other characters that got moved over as DLC, they translate to the Senran Kagura art style fairly well because they do look rather different in their original, you know, source material. But here they got changed around to look more, I don't know, like more Senran Kagura-ish, and so
I would say cuter.
But they look really well.
Yeah, they are a lot cuter than they looked in the anime. In the anime, they looked less as cute, I guess, if you want to. I don't know how you say that word, but basically they're sort of like in the anime they look more adult. They look like grown, like, you know, grownish adult girls and stuff like that. More mature. Their body types are more mature. In the game, they sort of look a bit younger, like, you know, maybe teenage versions of themselves, like, or young or mid-teen versions of themselves, or whatever have you. So they're a bit, you know, rounded in the face area. Their bodies are a bit shorter, and they fit the art style perfectly.
Yeah, they're definitely abiding by the more modern style of anime right now, because it's been a while since Ikki Tousen, so definitely the style was different back then.
Back then, men were more into like the model type, so women were taller, more slender looking, and stuff like that. You know, that sort of look, you know, high, sort of like hip area where like they wear their panties that went like all the way up, sort of thing. But now it's more the sort of cutesy style where everyone's sort of like into. So it's not really that. But hey, I like them both equally. Scrumptious.
So I want to discuss one final thing before we wrap up, because we're reaching the 50-minute mark right here. So Peach Beach Splash, so the game is done. And so what Takaki said in an interview where we got this information from is that the game is done, therefore there will be no delays. And so while the game is being released, he said that there's still a lot of stuff that has not been revealed about the game yet, and that he is currently making preparations for more collaborations, which means more DLC characters coming over. So we've already discussed like what kind of characters we would like to see. We already mentioned like the Keijo characters coming in.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think these three Ikki Tousen characters might come over here?
I think it's a possibility. Also, if they bring over those Ikki Tousen characters, I would hope they'd bring more, because Ikki Tousen has like a huge library of like amazing characters. So I do think that the Ikki Tousen characters could likely make their way over to Peach Beach Splash. It would make sense from an advertising point of view for like the Ikki Tousen anime team or whatever have you, the people that do it. I mean, it makes them money by having the characters in there. There's no lose for them. No loss, basically. So I would think, maybe they'll make their way over to the game. I do have a question for you, though. Do you think that because of how soon Estival Versus has been brought over to Steam, do you think that the game would be released early on the in North America, meaning that we'll get it whether it's Steam or Vita or not Vita, Steam or PS4.
Yeah, so just have it come out,
both.
period.
Have it come out, period. Do you think it's going to be released early because of the fact that Estival Versus is already out on Steam? Because it means that the developers are not like focused on it on Steam. So there's like nothing else that they're doing Steam related as far as we know. Do you think it's going to come out? That they have time now. They're not working on any other games other than Senran.
They did mention before that because the game has been growing more popular in America, that they want to make the gap between the Japanese release and the English release shorter over time. Mm-hmm. Like they want to make that transition faster. Like they really do want to release the American version as fast as possible from the Japanese version. I don't know if Estival. I feel like Estival Versus on PC is a way to distract ourselves. It's like they're buying. I feel like they are buying time by putting it out on PC while they're translating it and moving it over to moving over to PHP Splash. That's what I think.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, if you had to guess, do you think PHP Splash is coming out soon on in the West? Do you think we're getting it like in next couple months or something, or do you think we're gonna have to wait a bit longer?
No, I wouldn't say the next couple months. For it to come out at the very least on consoles, I would say maybe from June or July onward.
I'm saying summer. I'm booking my check, like my I'm putting my kahunas on the line, and I'm saying I'm thinking it's gonna be an August release or something.
Yeah, I'm feeling maybe August, like September at the latest.
Especially because it's like a summer looking game, like it's at the beach and all that kind of stuff. I kind of feel like it just has like that would be the perfect sort of like PR for it. Like releasing it around that time is gonna be easy to sell. Like put out there. The art style is all about being on the beach and all that kind of stuff. I think that would be amazing for that time, and especially it does give them time to sort of like translate everything properly and make sure everything is tested and stuff.
Yeah,
like that. I mean,
it's gonna give Splatoon 2 some competition.
Splatoon 2 doesn't even know what's coming. It's gonna be bitch slapped. Senran Kagura is gonna just be all over that bitch. But yeah, God, I am so excited.
Yeah, I think they already confirmed that it'd be coming out in 2017 over here for sure. Now we just gotta guess the month, and so I think somewhere around like the middle of the year is gonna be coming. Okay, and then perfect. Maybe PC, probably very similar to now. It'll probably be like very early 2018.
I would kind of say with the PC version, I'm kind of gonna put my money on the line and also say that it will, if it comes out on PC, which it's like very likely.
Yeah, it absolutely will. I think.
I would say
it's just a matter of when.
I don't think it's gonna be 2018. If it comes out in August, I think if it does not come out at the exact same time, it would be like a month after or something, or a month or two after. Because from what I've seen, like with like what like Bandai Namco did with like Dragon Ball and One Piece and stuff, when they released it on PC, they just like sort of like released it like a month or two after on the PC version, sort of like to just I guess fine tune stuff after it came out on PlayStation 4. So I'm saying it could either be it could either come out at the exact same time, or it will come out like a month apart or a month or two apart. I'm guesstimating.
Yeah,
I don't think it will be that long, because
the difference with the One Piece stuff is that those guys up front from the very beginning, they said it's coming on consoles and PC, and so they were kind of like putting the order as to when those things would come out. With Senran Kagura, usually it comes out on consoles, and then later they announce, hey, then now PC, and then you gotta wait a little bit of time. So. For me, maybe we might be surprised, but if you ask me, I think it'll be either very late this year or very early next year.
Well, we'll see. Well, I'm going with like a month apart or a month or two apart. Let's see who's right this time. I'm actually super excited for this. Either way, no matter what it is, once it comes out, I'm happy. I'm really, really gonna be excited for that. I think.
Me too.
Oh man, and whichever platform it's on, we're gonna have to play on that platform, because it's multiplayer, so we're gonna have to play together, and that's gonna be awesome. One last thing that I want to mention before we wrap the show up is that there's a game that is on Steam that that I've had, our PR has reached out to the publisher to try and see if we can get copies of the game. We haven't heard back from the publisher as of yet. It's a publisher that we do not know. It's someone who's new to us and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to sort of like mention on the podcast and just sort of like put it out there and say, hey guys, if we do get copies of this game, there will be a lot of content related to it. The game that I'm talking about is a game called Panty Party. It's on Steam. And I don't know if we spoke about this before. I can't remember for sure. But it's a game where panties are like sentient and they fight each other with swords and stuff like that. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen a trailer for this. I think I was intending to write an article about it, and I just kind of forgot. But yeah, I remember watching that trailer. It was pretty funny, like a bunch of different panties just kind of walking around like a fucking Looney Tunes cartoon, and like fighting with like guns and swords and stuff. It was kind of like an arena-based like multiplayer fighting thing. But like everybody, like they were all panties. There aren't necessarily any girls that wear them. It's just panties walking around.
Exactly. The thing too is that during the cutscenes you're seeing real girls. So what I'm assuming girls were turned into panties, like they were turned into their panties that they wear, and then they have to fight or something. Like that's what I'm assuming the plot is for this game. If it is, that is an awesome plot.
I'm imagining this like fucking Planet of the Apes or something. Like some scientist was trying to make like the very first intelligent pair of panties, and then the panties rebelled, and then one panty started infecting the other panties, and like fucking there were some astronauts that went to Mars, that protected themselves from like the spread of the disease, and so now like the panties are rebelling against the humans, and then when all the humans are dead, now they're rebelling against each other.
It's epic. I think this is what will I think it could be that plot. It could be that. It could be anything at this point. I mean, the game just looks great. There's a samurai panties. Like, think about it. There's a samurai panty. I'm seeing one panty. The panty's name is I'm seeing a girl, an anime looking girl, and it says Haruka in the screen of the game, and you can see she has like a teddy bear on her back, and then there's a panty floating next to her in the image it's a black panty with like white stripes on the edge, and it has a teddy bear image on it, like an evil looking teddy bear. So this also leads me to believe that these were either the panties that belonged to the girls, like you said, that were turned into like sentient panties, or the girls became their panties. Whichever one it is, I am happy. I've even seen one that says the panty has like a machine gun. I'm like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. So we've reached out to the publisher. Fingers crossed we get copies of the game. If we don't get copies of the game from the publisher, I am willing to invest in getting copies of the game. It's only $9.99 on Steam. So there are chances that we may actually, I may just get copies for us. And when I say us, it would be myself, a certain Mr. Varela, and a friend of ours named Shades, actually. I think it would be awesome to sort of like play this game together.
I love that you kept the audience in such big suspense. Oh, we have a special particular friend that's going to Shades. It Shades.
It definitely is. I mean, who else would it be? Who else would we get? Who else is on our level of shiggle-tasticness that would be able to totally enjoy this game as much as we will? So yeah, this is one of those games. It's rated very positively on Steam. Came out on January 24th. The name of the publisher developer is Anemu Game. All right, so it's an indie game and all that kind of stuff. Fingers crossed. Yeah, we'll see if we get copies of it. If not, we'll purchase it and we will be playing our Panty Party, and it is gonna be awesome. And you guys can come. Maybe we'll even stream it. This seems like a game that we could stream. Like we could do multiplayer and stream our kick-assness. It could be like 3 different streams from 3 different point of views. What do you think?
Sure. As long as everybody records their own footage, yeah.
Well, duh. Obviously, everyone have to record their own footage. Ugh. Anywho, that's about it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Panty parties. You guys look out for that. We'll talk about it again soon. So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything we wanted to talk about today.
Okay, great. So, guys, if you enjoy this podcast, make sure to head on over to thebuttonsmashers.com, where you'll find news, reviews, and all that kind of other beautiful stuff, and other podcasts out there. You can also find us on YouTube. It's called The Button Smashers. You can find You can find Jorge and I on Ecchicast on Facebook. Make sure to like the page and comment and say hi to us and all that kind of stuff. You can find Jorge by himself at goodgamehavefun.com and on his YouTube channel, which is also the same name. You can find him at The Hat Person pretty much everywhere else. You can also find me at LP Guardian, which is LPGARDIN. That's Guardian without a U. And that's pretty much it. Subscribe and rate us on iTunes. Do it.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it.
We have been receiving more comments from people on the YouTube videos of the podcast, and they've all been pretty positive. They're being, hey, I love your stuff. Hey, people have subscribed. Because I haven't been posting, because I've been so busy with university, I really haven't been posting a lot of videos. And so, like, all of the, automated podcast episodes have been coming out every Saturday. So some people have been subscribing just for the podcast, so that's pretty good.
They're just coming. They're like, "Hey, I listen to this with like my 5-year-old son. He's learning from you guys. I love it.
He learned how to wank correctly because of you.
Because of you. Because of it's awesome. Yes.
Oh, thank you very much, Nelson. Nelson, he's a really great fan.
No, thank you very much. You really helped me go through some hard times, man.
I know, right? It's amazing. That's amazing. So with that, guys, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Bye-bye.